So guys, अभी so hello, how are you? Okay, now we will deep down into my blog sections where we will discuss about the Java being a life cycle, because currently I am learning the Java Spring, like the Spring Boot I am learning. So now I will explain like what's the Java. I'm not starting from the scratch, by the way. I'm just starting from the beans, like what's the life cycle of bean, and uh, what's actually it is. For jumping on the Beans life cycle, we will let's understand what the Spring Boot and the Spring Boot's architecture. First, let me open the blog which I have been created. Okay, let me check my video is properly running or not. Yeah, actually it's running proper. So now let's understand the Spring Boot annotations in the simplest way, like for the complete beginners. Okay. Sure. Just come back to- Right. Okay. So, like as you see in your screen, you see the code like added component, added services, auto wired, REST controller, get map. Like you are having the doubt like why does we need to write such added component, added services, added wired, added REST control. Like why? What's the meaning of this? And everything just works. But what exactly are these annotations? Why do we need them? What happened behind the scene? In this blog, we will understand every important Spring Boot annotations in the simplest way as possible, with relate it with the real life example. So basically, let's start with the first. What is annotations? And annotations is simply a special instructions that tell Java or a Spring framework to do something automatically, like automatically. Think of annotations as label. For example, if you work in a company, everyone should wear a iCard. Okay, so here we will categorize. Like for the blue iCard is for the developer, red iCard for the manager, and the green iCard for the HR. Okay, now the company instantly know what responsibility each person has just by looking at the ID card. Annotations was exactly like this. I am the iCard. Okay, example added component public class email service, like here added components tell springs, hey spring, this class is important, please manage it for me. Without annotations we would have to manually create the objects. As you know guys, the Java has fully is object based language, that even though we have to we have to work with uh, anything we will create. Okay, anything we will create in Java, we have to create the like object for the particular instance or particular class. Okay. So why does Spring uses annotations? Like what? Suppose like there are 500 classes over there in a single enterprise microservice level software. There are multiple classes like user services, order services, payment services, email services, notification services, inventory services. Okay. So creating the objects manually for each services, like there are 500 classes, so we have to create the object for the 500 class objects for other classes. Now imagine doing this hundred of times. That's why Spring says, don't worry for creating the objects of each and every classes. These works I will manage by myself. What you have to do, you have to just mention the annotations over there. Okay, so this is the work of Spring Boot, like the annotations. Okay, so what is iOS? Like before deep down into the how the Spring handle this, we have we have to we have to know about this terminology. That is what is IOC. IOC means inversion control. Uh, we have to know what is LOC. Sorry, IOC is it is nothing but the inversion of control. Before learning annotations, understand one important concept. Like normally we create object ourselves. Here, you control object creations. Spring changes this. Spring says I will create the objects for you, and this concept is called as the inversion of control. Instead of you creating the object, screens create it for you. Okay. So what is the dependency injection? Suppose your class has been, now let's me, okay, let me share my screen. Okay, wait. The screen is not visible. What's happened actually? Yeah, okay, fine, it's working now. Sorry, this actually, this, what if it's not working, man? The code is here, and it's not showing like this. And the camera should be over there. Okay, now fine. Am I able to write this? Okay, let me give some time.